How's it going, folks? Irish Veve here, back to bring you another video. This time we're going to be looking at our September predictions, doing a wrap up of the month and making some predictions for October. So it is the end of September. It's the 29th of September at the time of recording this video, and what a time to be in Veve. The last week and a half, 2 weeks have just been mental on the app. Everything is selling. Um, Everything is shooting up in the marketplaces. If you have gems, like, now is a real good time to be buying up these NFTs. Now, in saying that, we are starting to see the prices level off and dip a little within the last half an hour, 45 minutes, and that's just in advance of what's coming the next few days, and we're going to talk about that shortly. But like, we've got 4 drops for the next 4 days, a drop a day for the next 4 days, not to mention Comic Con next week, which is going to be a minimum of 4 or 5 drops over that week. Just mental. So you have people maybe selling some assets now to free up some gems in advance of that, but which normally happens anyway. But the prices seem to be dipping a lot less than they normally would, or at least at a slower rate. So that seems good. So hopefully these prices can hold in the marketplace. We've gotten this influx of new users on the app, and just it's a really exciting time to be involved. So without further ado, let's have a look at our September predictions. If you didn't watch the video, you can see it on my channel, but I'll summarize it here. So, prediction number 1 I made for September was we'll see Jurassic Park, and I was wrong. We didn't. We know it's coming. They might wait to tee it up with the next Jurassic World movie, but I don't think that's until next year, and they have announced the license some time ago. So, will we see in October? I don't know. I do have my October predictions coming up, so we'll have a look at that. But I was wrong. Next one was I was very right. It was Star Trek. I called out the Enterprise. I called out a Borg cube as well. I even said it would be cool to get the Borg cube. In my video, I said it would be cool to get it as an ultra rare. We did get it as the rare initially. When the whole set dropped, not much of anything happened. Obviously, it sold out. The cube took about an hour or two to sell out. I think the Enterprise ultra rare sold out straight away, and the common and uncommon didn't even sell out. And there was very little movement on the prices after. So when the market opened, definitely the cube was down, say 30-40 gems. And the Enterprise, I think, I went on sale at 130, it jumped up to 170, 180, went back down to 135, 130. I remember seeing it on the marketplace a week later for 131 or 130, which was just mental. I didn't have the gems at the time to buy a couple. And I think as of last night, it was up to 570, 580 or something, close to 600 anyway, which is probably where it should be. So, Star Trek, we did get it. Next, now this was before the AMA, when we knew we were going to be getting 2 comic books a week. So if you go back and look at the timeline, look at when I made my video, this wasn't announced. We didn't know we were going to getting more comics straight away, because we were still in Marvel month at the time. So at the time I said, look, Marvel aren't going away. I predict more Marvel comics, at least 1 or 2 is what I said. Little did I know we'd get 2 a week. And specifically I called out Incredible Hulk. And said it could be an Incredible Hulk comic, and it was. Now I did say maybe Incredible Hulk issue 1, which it wasn't, but it was still the first Incredible Hulks on the app, so I'm putting that down as a win. Next, I said a non-Marvel blind box, and I was wrong. Now I could have only been wrong by 2 days, because we do have Labbits Series 2 dropping this Saturday, and I have a feeling the Labbits Series 2 might be done in a blind box format. We don't know yet. We will know tomorrow. There's a Twitter stream with Frank Kozliak, I think I pronounced that correct, the creator of course of Labbits, and I guess all will be revealed then. I expect us to get the whole set revealed, and all the drop details and so on tomorrow night, so I'm looking forward to that. It might be blind box, and if it is, I was only 2 days off. Now I did say maybe Cryptkins season 2 specifically, and obviously I was wrong on that. I think they'll be coming soon, and October could be a good month for that, because of course we've got Halloween coming up, and they did say once upon a time that they're trying to make things seasonal, so you might have some stuff for Halloween, you might have some Christmas stuff, and so on. Next, DC Suicide Squad. Yeah, DC have gone really quiet, very strange, and the logic for me putting DC Suicide Squad here is I thought, given that we were just coming out of Marvel month, that DC were going to come back strong in September on the app, but that wasn't the case, and news came out about 2 or 3 hours ago that they've launched an NFT on another application, or another chip blockchain, and it's called Palm. I don't know much about it. They seem to be comic book covers, so not comic books, I actually like the style they've done. Some of them there's like a floppy disk is the common, the rare is like a CD, and then the ultra rare, legendary rare, whatever the hell they call it, is like it looks like a chip, like a microchip. Um, Look, who knows? I imagine we'll get some more information on this soon. Are DC gone from Veve? Um, we knew it was never an exclusive partnership, so we knew they were always allowed to go with other platforms as well. But have Marvel bought them out? Have DC just said no? Screw this. We want the 8 with the 6% that you're giving to Marvel. The Veve said no, and they said okay. Look, I don't know, but I imagine this project that they just announced, it's been in the works for a while. Like, it's not the kind of thing that you just pull together in 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know what's going on. Hopefully get more information soon. I don't want to think that the first brand to jump ship is DC. That wouldn't be great news. Although there's a lot of exciting things going on, so I hope DC are still involved. But look, we'll see what happens. And then finally, my last prediction was something from one of the designers like Jerome Rogers. I didn't really know too much about this. I'm half right, so we did have the Ron English. I nearly said Ron Jeremy. No, not him. The Ron. Imagine the Ron Jeremy NFT. Jesus. So Ron English serial killer series 2. And wow, the prices have really jumped on that. So I mean, the ultra rare, I could have bought it an hour after the drop for 200 or 205 gems, and I think he's going for. He was up at 7. The floor was up at 735. 7. No. 6. Around 7. Sorry, the floor was, yeah, it was 700. 7 to 735 was the floor. I think it's down now about 635, 640. Because people are trying to get some gems together for the weekend and for the coming drops. So I'm saying I'm half right, because we did have one of those designer redrops, but look, I did say Jerome Rogers. So let me see. Wrong, right, wrong, half right. So, 2.5 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not too bad. It's like 40%, right? 35% maybe. That's not too bad. So let's have a look for October predictions. Let's start off with what do we know already, and actually a bit of October's already been revealed, which is really cool and really unlike Veve, because normally we don't know this stuff in advance. So first up, we know on the Saturday we have Labbit's Series 2. I think this is the drop that we've had the most advanced notice on. So Frank himself tweeted out maybe about 10 days ago at this point that the October 2nd, which is this Saturday, was the date that this was going to drop. He alluded to these two collectibles specifically. So that's the rainbow Labbit and the red rum, which is of course from The Shining, and red rum is murder spelled backwards, and you can see that there on the bum of the bottom left bunny. So super excited about this drop this Saturday. It might be done as what's it called, a blind box. We don't know. Either way, it's going to sell out. Series 1, the ultra rare is selling for around 3k or something like that, and all of them have pumped. Every single Labbit is pumped to hell. It will be one of the first collections that people will be able to take off app onto OpenSea, and people are pretty excited about that concept. So we'll see if the hype pushes the price up on these as well. I imagine it will. We'll wait and see. We'll know tomorrow if it's going to be blind box or not, I think. So we know that's coming, and that's the 2nd of October, but the 1st of October is No Time to Die. Huge announcement, the first James Bond NFT, and this is a crazy one. So on Friday we've got 2 collectibles dropping, and then which is the 1st of October, and on Sunday the 3rd of October we've got the 3rd collectible in the collection, and then in the middle of the month we're going to have the final and 4th NFT in the collection. So it's cool, and it's tying in with real world, which is what I kind of suggested last month in my prediction, is that will they start syncing up these things? So if Marvel have a new film coming out, will the same app with the same NFT drop on the app, that kind of thing. And here we have it. So no Time to Die. The mints are relatively low on this, so this is going to be an instant sellout, of course. So it's the hand glider, or the auto glider, or something, stealth glider I think it's called. So we've got a rare and an ultra rare version of that on the Friday, and then on the Sunday we've got the mask, Safin's mask, who I presume is the villain in the movie. What's really, really cool is the mint numbers. So they've put 007 at the end of them all. So it's like 3007, 5007. It's really, really, really cool. And there's going to be a lot more to come from James Bond. We know they're going to do the cars from some of the older movies, some of the gadgets and so on. So it's going to be really cool. I imagine the 4th drop will be a vehicle, will be the ultra rare vehicle. What's it called? It's an Aston Martin. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, check it out. There's 4 Aston Martin cars in the film, and this one is kind of their unreleased model. It's like the business. It looks really, really slick. So look, that's what we know. I'm not predicting that. That's shit, and we know it's going to happen. So here's my predictions. I'm going to go again with the same prediction from September, a non-Marvel blind box. Okay, I think it's about time. I don't think Marvel have exclusivity on blind boxes, and I think Labbit Series 2 might even be the blind box, so I might be just 2 days off my prediction from last month on that. No non-Marvel comics, okay? So I think maybe the whole $7 drop, 5 rarities, I think that's kind of a Marvel gig, and at least will be for a couple of months. I'd say that maybe they got a 6-month exclusivity deal on that kind of arrangement. And I think if we do see other comics, be them DC, be they Image Comics or whoever it might be, or manga, it won't necessarily be that $7 drop, 5 rarities. You know, that might be just a Marvel thing. We know Veve and Marvel meet almost on a daily basis, so Marvel kind of makes some of their own rules. So don't be surprised if we do see other comic drops down the line that don't follow that format. But I'm saying October, no non-Marvel comics. Drivable cars. So we know it's going to come back. Dan did say this in the Women of Veve AMA. So he said soon. So Dan and soon. What does that mean? But would be really sweet if it was in October. I own all the vehicles that have been on the app so far, and that's my plan, to own every car that they ever bring out. It's one of my plans, or one of my goals anyway, and have a sweet garage and have them all drive around and race them and stuff. So hopefully we'll see drivable cars in October. I think we'll have a Marvel premiere drop. I think it will be first appearance series 2. So Captain America is part of the Marvel first appearance collection, and what that means is it's their original costume. So it's the costume they appeared in when they made their first appearance. Okay, so there's a bit of confusion, because first appearance, that term's used a lot in relation to the app and the comics, their FA and so on. So it's the first appearance collection. So it's the original costume. So we could see old school Thor with the winged helmet and so on from Journey into Beyond issue 1, or whenever issue 52, whenever you first came into the comic book world. So that's my goal. I think we'll have a premiere Marvel first appearance. I think it'll be series 2, and I'm going with Thor. I think we could see our first video game drop. We could see it next week at Comic Con. We know we're going to get a whole heap of drops there. Don't know what will be. I'm saying non-Nintendo for now. I think they're going to hold off on the whole Nintendo thing for a while. So I don't know. Could be Resident Evil, something Capcom, Monster Hunter. We know some of those brands are on board. Street Fighter potentially. So I'm going to go with our first video game drop. Also, this could be my last prediction. I can't remember how many I made. The first drop connected to Robert Kirkman. So I know that's a bit open, that one. So obviously Robert Kirkman, if you don't know, he created The Walking Dead. But he's from Image Comics. He's loads of other IPs. So Invincible is one of his creations. That's a show on Netflix as well. Also, he wrote Marvel Zombies collection, which originally I think was a What If, and he created that and wrote that for Marvel. So I'm just keeping it open there to cover all bases, and saying the first drop connected to Marvel, to Robert Kirkman. That's what I want to see anyway. That's it. One final prediction: we might have something Halloweeny, something scary. I think something like the Universal Monsters collection. And in fact, when the Throg video or trailer dropped, I thought it was going to be the Universal Classic Monsters, okay, because it was a full moon, so I was like, that's the Wereman. There was a lightning strike, and I was like, okay, well, that's going to be representing Frankenstein's monster, okay, because the bolt of lightning brought him alive. Then it dropped down to the murky water, and it looked like a black dark water, and I was thinking creature from Black Lagoon, who's a merman, or what's it called, Gillman. And I thought, yeah, that's really cool. They've just called out 3 of these monsters, and I was like, well, there's going to be a 4th. So what if the 4th was an invisible man, and you just can't see him in the trailer because he's invisible? There you go. So it wasn't. It was Throg, of course. I picked up 2 in the drop. I got an uncommon and a rare. I'm very happy with that. Can't afford the ultra rare just yet. And that's it for me. So like loads and loads of cool stuff happening. I'm really excited for the next 4 days. I hate a day now when it's not a drop day. It's kind of like, it's 4 o'clock, or in my time anyway, it's 4 o'clock and there's no drop. This sucks. So the next 4 days we got drops, and then next week we're going to have maybe 5 or 6 days when we got drops. So it's really, really exciting. I really can't wait for it. Oh yeah, competition winner. So last week we said we'd give away a Marvel Mighty's Uncommon, and the winner is Van Jer. Van Jer, very good. You win. So if you could just comment below on this video your ID for the app thing for Veve. What's it called? The address. Your address in Veve, or your little picture of your QR code, and I can get that sent to you. Oh, sorry, don't comment below. If you can private message me, that'd be great, and I'll get that sent on to you. And that's it from me. I'll be back in the next couple of days with another video, probably after the drops. We'll see how we get on. And thanks for tuning in, and talk to you soon.